she might.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but just sense, I mean, I can see it very clearly, but can you sense if you're standing more on your left foot or more on your right foot?
I know the answer to that because I deal with it every day. I
Yeah.
stand more on my left side.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you do. Now, what would it be like if Barry was able to stand on his right leg equally?
Well, I think that would be helpful because I tend to carry a lot of strain in my left hip. So I think it would be great. But I sort of what is over the years as I fatigue in the operating room, I tend to lock my left side out and take pressure off I think because I'm losing my right arm and right shoulder
Exactly.
so much that it's just a tendency for me to shift the lower body pedestal to my left side to free up my right side to do all the fine work. That's just an assumption I've always had. And it's hard for me to stay equally balanced on my feet because I have this habit of shifting to my left side. I mean, I can be to the point of distraction aware of that. And if I feel it at some point during the course of an operation that I'm locked out on my left side, I'll try to adjust. But you know, it's an unconscious habit. I'm afraid that who knows how long I've done that, but yeah. I definitely do.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a habit, and you're going to do that. It isn't something we can eradicate, but if we can help you to be able to sense how to, now you're playing with it. So it's good that you hang out and you go, well, what's it like? I mean, the truth is, Barry, if you're going to take one step backward, right? Just take a step back with one foot. Just take one step back. Okay, come back. You did it. Just notice, and now if you want to take a step forward, you're going to do the same thing. It's going to be the right leg. You always pick up your right foot first because your right foot is already half picked up. You're already doing that. So, and that is your quadratus lumborum, your psoas on the right, your abs, your erectors, everything on the right is in higher tension. Your musculature is working more to pick up that side while your skeleton is carrying you more on the left leg. So there's an immediate disproportional use of, and it's grown like that. It's been your whole life because of your right hand, your surgery, etc. So Feldenkrais work, this strange name that belongs to this fellow, Moshe Feldenkrais, I highly recommend that you read one of his books. It'll probably be, given what you've said to me about yourself, I think you're going to find it very interesting because you're intelligent. You notice yourself, you obsess about positions. This is really important. You have all the ingredients of someone that will make profound change because look, you learned an incredible profession. Your ability to learn is fantastic. Now you've got to turn that learning inward on yourself and start to notice, which you already do, but now have something to do about it. So that's what we're going to do today. I tell you that in half an hour, you'll be standing on your right leg and you'll be like, I can't believe it. So now, as you stand on your left leg, be as tall as you can be. How are you going to do that? Just standing on your left leg. There you go. You lifted your chest. Don't look at the screen anymore. Just hear my voice. Actually, I will disappear myself just for the sake of this exercise. So Cheri and I are gone. You're alone. You're standing on your right leg and your left leg, but you're shifting your weight a little bit more to your left, just a little bit. And now get tall with your head over your left leg. No, don't go to your right. Stay on your left. Stay on your left. That's it. And get tall. Really feel the whole left waist, the left ribs, everything. All right. To breathe. Don't get stiff. All right. Come back. Be on both legs. Walk on the spot for a moment. Just let it go. Let it go. Walk on the spot. That's it. And now, good. Excellent. Excellent. And now shift to the right leg so that you're on the right leg as much as you can be. That's it. That's it right there, like that. And now feel, where is the disconnect? As you push into the ground, can you get as tall? You can't quite get your head angled in the same way over that right foot.
No, it's exactly right. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
All right. So now, Barry, please remember that. We're going to come back to that afterward. Of course, that's what you do when you're walking. You have to get very tall on each leg as you get into the stance phase. You know, when you swing the other leg through space, you've picked it up. You're suspending that using your muscles. And then when you put it on the ground, when the foot lands and then your full body weight gets on it, that's then the moment where there's an interaction between your skeleton and your muscles to defy gravity and get you tall. So ultimately, you're collapsing a little bit on your right leg. So I would like to help you be a little bit taller on your right leg, at least in today's session. So there's one more thing I'd like you to do, and it's going to involve you moving that chair a little bit that's behind you. I want you to go stand by that wall right next to the painting or whatever that is and the chair. Can you is there a piece of wall there? Yeah, perfect. Okay, just a little, so you could stand by the wall for a moment.
You want me to move the chair?
No, just leave it. That's fine. But just you go stand by the wall. That's it. And now, as you go back, Barry, separate your feet. Don't do just be like a normal walking stance phase. Okay. And now, as you feel behind you, just sense how far away your head is from that wall.
Yeah.
And notice if you're touching it, just skimming it, where are you touching? Which part of your upper back? And is it your buttocks? Is it your calves? What do you feel?
My buttocks is against the wall, and my scapulae are against the wall.
Is it the inferior angle, the middle, or the top?
I would say it's more towards the top.
Okay. All right, so now lean your head back and find out how far back is that wall for your head?
A long way.
Okay. And bring it back, bring it back. This is just for you to sense your back, because I know you sense your front, you can see your front, but to sense your back and to sense the thoracic curvature, I'm just using the wall as a vertical line for you to sense this, you know, I mean, maybe today you could focus on what's your back doing, you know, throughout whatever you're going to do today, because ultimately it's the erector muscles of your back that hold you up when you're standing. It's not your flexors. Your flexors are going to pull you into flexion. So come on over to the mat now. This is just, the way you're standing and where your back is, that's just checking in, okay? And now I'd like you to, can you lie on your back on the mat for me?
Sure.
Oh, I just saw something that I also want to play with, but I realized, okay, very good. Now, as you sense your back against the floor, observe, Barry, whether you feel as you're lying there's a difference in the sense of length, not that it's measurable, but your interoceptive sense of the length of your right leg compared to your left leg. Do you notice if one leg feels longer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, don't tell me. I know. Now notice your right shoulder and your left shoulder. The way they rest, they're probably not quite the same in their...
That's correct.
Yep. Okay. So now very gently. Oh, wait. Also, one last thing to notice, Barry, is where is the contact area at the back of your skull right now. You just sense where it is. You don't, it might be right in the middle, might be a little to the right, might be a little to the left. Your head might be a little rotated. Your right ear might be closer to the floor, or your left ear might be closer to the floor. It doesn't matter, but there is a asymmetry there too. The point of contact of your skull is actually lining you up so that your head is actually organized over your left foot. If you can feel what you felt in standing, I think it's harder lying on your back, but it's still there. That relationship is still there. So
Yeah.
what I invite you to do now is to bend your, oh, by the way, is there any discomfort lying on your back?
No.
Okay, good. So I'm going to invite you to bend your right leg and stand it up. Just bend your knee and stand your foot on the mat. That's it. Okay. And now just gently, Barry, move your right knee right and left a few times. Just feel the movement of the leg moving in your hip. Now, you know, your pelvis might come along, maybe more so when you open to the right than, I mean, you feel the articulation in your hip joint. Let that travel beyond your pelvis and go up your back a little bit. Keep it soft and easy. Sense if your spine, if your ribs, your lower ribs, if they're pressing a little more on the left right now, a little more to the right when you go that way. Good. Now pause with your knee in the middle, wherever the middle is for you. And now gently, without doing anything that feels big, strong, there's no workout element here. It's just a movement, a soft, easy movement. I want you to gently allow your left leg to turn out as you press on your right foot and you move your right hip a little away from the floor by rolling your pelvis to the left. Let your left foot turn out as you press on the right foot, roll your pelvis to the left. That's it. Feel how far up your spine you feel that. Excellent. Now your right knee's going a little bit to the left as you do that. So come back, come back. Now, can you do it without taking your right knee to the right? So you keep your right knee vertical, but you're moving it. Maybe you bring your foot a little closer to you if you can. That's it. And now just move your knee, you know, downward, away, like as if it's going to go over your toes. Every trainer's told you to do that when you bend your knees. So you want to do that. That's it. Now that opens the front of the hip, the right hip, and let the left leg turn out more. Let your little toe get closer to the floor. That's it. And breathe as you do it. Don't hold your breath. That's it. Does that movement now reach up between your shoulder blades and to your head?
Yeah.
Good. And now bring it back. Don't stay there. Just bring it back. Good. Now do it, since you're clear where you're taking your knee, what you're doing with your pelvis. Just do it a little bit quicker, but do it on your exhale. So breathe in first. And then as you breathe out, move your knee away, roll your pelvis to the left, and then come back. Let it go. Come back right away. That's it. Do it 2 more times. And each time, pay attention to what you're doing with your whole self, all the way up your spine to your head. Does your head get the signal that your pelvis has changed its position? Does your head feel like it could roll a little bit? And it does look like it's turning a tiny bit to the left. If you move your eyes to the left, your head will probably follow a little bit. That's it. And that'll pull on your right shoulder also. And then you return. Beautiful. Okay, now, if you think about what we've been doing, oh, move your knee back and forth again, left and right. It should feel a little bit easier. That's it. And now I'm going to make this a little more difficult. Notice that your right foot is lifting the inside edge of it. Now you're going to do the movement of your knee without lifting the inside edge of your foot. So it won't be as big a movement, but your tarsal bones are going to wake up. That's it. So now it's a movement in your ankle and your hip and spine and ribs. Beautiful. All right, now Barry, pause. Please bend your left leg and cross it over your right knee. Yep, anywhere you can. That's good. Okay, so there's a weight now on your right knee, and you're not going to make this a big movement. It's just a small movement. Please tip your two legs now to the left without falling over, without going so far that you can't come back easily, and return. Now you feel a more extensive movement that pulls on your whole spine actually more clearly, reaching all the way up to your head. So do it again. Each time you do it, exhale as you're doing it so that it's soft and easy, and feel the moment your chin gets a little tug and you get a little lengthening possibly at the back of your head, neck area. Any of this uncomfortable?
No.
Good. If you can, you just let your spine connect all the way up to your base of your skull, to your occiput, if you feel that. If it's not happening yet, then possibly you could cross your knees rather than your ankles. See if that helps you. Cross over at the knee. That's it. And now it's the weight of your left leg that helps you descend. And if you want to control it, you just keep the outside edge of your right foot not escaping too far, not escaping the floor too far. That'll limit the movement. And now actively turn your head in the direction that your knees are going as they go, as they go. Start with the knees and then look to the left. Let your left shoulder support you. Hang out there, and breathe in strongly into your chest. Breathe a big breath into your chest and then breathe out. Just let it all go. And then breathe into your belly big time, like just one big expansive breath into your belly. Good. And now bring your legs back. Bring your legs back as you exhale. Good. We're going to do it one more time, Barry. You're just going to, instead of turning your head to the left, you're going to turn it to the right the next time. Start with your legs, tilt them to the left, and now turn your head gently to the right. Look over to the right. Let your right shoulder stay on the floor and feel this long spiralic turning from the base of your skull, going all the way through your spine, down to your tailbone. And it's not a stretch, it's just a passive weight. And now return. Excellent. Would you like to do that one more time?
Sure.
Good. You're a natural, Barry. You're moving slowly, you're moving carefully. Maybe that you're being mindful to be not injuring yourself, which is I love. So be careful as you do any movement. This is fantastic. Excellent. When you get back, I think you want to do it one more time because we did 3 turns with your head to the left. So let's do 3 with your head to the right. And this time, pay attention to your eyes and your jaw. Ensure there's no tension. Your jaw is easy. Your tongue is resting. You're breathing easily through the movement. And you're feeling the extensive lengthening of your whole spine all the way up to your right shoulder, right side of your neck. And now return and gently uncross your legs. And now slowly, when you're ready, you can lengthen your legs. And just sense for a moment your contact with the floor. Notice the area at the back of your head has changed its point of contact. Notice if there's a little more, presence there in your chest at the back. Your lower back maybe is a little closer to the floor than it was initially. And for sure, you'll feel a difference in the length of your legs.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to continue, but in another way. So bend your knees and stand your feet again. Have your feet slightly apart. That's it. Excellent. Now, Barry, bring your 2 arms. Let's see. Can you cross your arms over your chest? Actually, just bring them forward. I'll give you the instruction in the, yeah. Okay, actually, no, don't do it like that. So bring your arms forward into space, all the way up. That's it. All right, now put your, let's see. Which shoulder is more present on the floor, the right or the left?
My left.
Left. Okay. All right, so I'm going to have you put your right hand across your chest and hold underneath your left armpit area. That's it. And now cross your left hand over and hold your right shoulder over the top. That's it. There you go. Perfect. Your elbows are together lightly. Don't squeeze on yourself. Just keep it simple. Separate your feet toward the edges of the mat. And now very gently, press on your right foot. Do the movement we did before with your pelvis. You lift the right side a little bit, but now you pull with your left hand on your right shoulder. So you rock your body to the left. Press on your right foot and pull with your left hand and roll your head a little to the left. That's it. Very good. Feel your back rolling now. The whole left side of your chest is on the ground. Breathe fully in and out, and then return. Excellent. And now go the other way. Press on the left foot and pull with your right hand to gently roll your chest across the floor to the right, and feel that right side of your ribs, your shoulder, your right. Now, this is the area that we want to be kind to because we're concerned about what's happening down the right leg. So don't go as far as you can go and keep it easy. Just breathe into your chest, into your belly, and then return. And now in this way, Barry, you can begin to move your chest and shoulders right and left and support it with your feet. So now your intention is a little more simultaneous. The pressure into your foot matches the pressure and the pull of your hands. And you don't hold a long time. You just do a breath and then you return and you go the other way. And now continue, go to the right. You feel your left foot helps you. It's probably different going to the right than going to the left.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but if it's uncomfortable, don't go as far. The side that feels limited, do on the good side that you go further, do it less. Do what the limited side is doing, because that is going to help you go further forward quicker, actually. Now, keep doing it, Barry. Just go a little bit, tiny bit quicker, but instead, there's a bunch of things on your ceiling. Fix one of those in your gaze and don't roll your head anymore. So leave your head in the middle now as you continue to move your shoulders, supported. So look at the object directly in front of you. And now to not roll your head is actually difficult. So you won't make as big a movement in your chest, but you can do it. It's almost like you're moving your head opposite to your shoulders, but that's coming. We're going to do that in a minute. Excellent, Barry. Feel the support from your feet too. Good. Now, maybe one more time to the right, and then you can rest in the middle. All right, now I want you to switch the position of your arms. So the one that's on top is going to go underneath. That's it. And you lightly hold yourself so that you can ensure that you're rolling those ribs gently. And you can think about your thoracic spine going past the transverse processes, going to that junction where the rib neck comes into the transverse process, and you're rolling past that place. And then you're just on that side and breathing. So you begin rolling again. You support the movement from your feet. So you roll your chest to one side. You breathe a full breath in and out, and you return to the middle. And then you do it to the other side. And you'll see that if you did this for 20 minutes, that difference you feel from the right side to the left side would start to become less. I wouldn't say it would disappear, but it would become less. And now, since you're doing this so well, I want you to begin to use your eyes and head in opposition to your chest. So now, as you turn your chest to the left, you look over your right shoulder a little bit, as if your right eye could see the floor on the right side of you. So your head turns to the right as your chest goes to the left. And now you turn your chest to the right, pulling with your right hand on your left shoulder, but you look over your left shoulder. So look to the left, Barry. Can you turn your head to the left while your chest is going to the right? That's it. Okay. And now try that, not so big, but just a little bit quicker. Can you rock your chest a little bit, not as far, but a little bit quicker, and moving your head in opposition to your chest for the moment? And then we'll switch and we'll bring your head back into moving congruently with your chest. So wherever you're now, maybe rest a moment and now commit to taking your head with your chest. So if you go left or right with your, that's it, you bring your head with it and you look actively with your eyes to the side that you're going to. And there's no tension in your jaw. You're not holding your breath. You're making it simple, light, and easy. Are your feet still present?
Yeah.
Good. So in other words, it's integrating all the way through your skeleton, from your foot, through your leg, into your pelvis, up your spine, to your neck and head. All right, next time you're in the middle, take a rest. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms, and just feel how your back meets the floor. It will feel a little different, I'm guessing. Notice which part of your skull rests now. Notice the contact of your right shoulder and your left, your right buttock and your left. And actually, when you just did that movement, I saw your chest for the first time move kind of with a liquid quality, with a kind of a softness, which I hadn't seen until just now. Can you feel that your breathing is a little different?
Yeah, I definitely feel, you know what I feel the most, Anastasia, is where my head is.
Yeah.
Or I felt like I was much
Right up.
more on the vertex of my head
Yeah.
rather than my occiput, and now I'm much more on my occiput.
Yeah. So let's see the effect of what we did with the hugging and rolling on the movement of your pelvis to the left. Stand your right foot again. And now just simply and easily just press on that right foot. Keep your knee pointing forward and just roll your pelvis to the left, and feel how different it is now as you roll to the left, how the movement travels up your back. And feel the left side lengthening, reaching all the way from your heel up to your left shoulder, and return. And now switch. Lengthen your right leg, bend your left leg. Good. Just to start on this side, I want you to commit to being really easy with yourself, because the right side is the side that I think you've been holding a lot of tension in. So don't force this. Just move your left knee a little left and right first, just to get the movement in your ankle, in your hip joint, so you can sense the articulations. Good. And then you stand that knee and you have your foot in a good spot, and you begin. Just remember, your right leg is going to turn out. Allow your right leg to turn out as you press on the left foot and you lift the left hip joint. And feel what your neck and head are doing. Feel how far up your spine you feel it. And it's almost like, it's almost like you're priming yourself to be able to stand on that right leg, even though right now it's turning out. But feel the length. Feel length from your right ear, through your right shoulder, through your right waist, down your right leg to your right heel. Excellent. Okay. Good. And come back. And now bend your right leg and cross it over your left leg. And again, this isn't to throw your legs to the ground. It's just now the weight of your right leg is going to make it even more powerful in some way to tilt and rotate your pelvis to the right. So gently, gently tilt your legs to the right. If you don't want to go too far, you just keep the left outside edge of the left foot on the floor, which articulates your ankle more. But you decide. You go at a pace, you allow yourself to breathe, you tilt, you don't go too quickly, you don't want to do anything injurious, so you keep it soft, you keep lengthening, breathing, connecting from your pelvis through your spine to your head. And at some point, you will feel a little tug. I trust that you'll feel a little tug at the back of your neck, all the way up to your occiput, and then you return. It's not like you want to feel a sudden pull, but you will feel that line of tension as your spine is being lengthened downward by the turning of your pelvis, which kind of right now, it's like you don't have hip joints. The movement of your two legs becomes like one unit. And that's just the rotation of your pelvis in your spine. There's some movement in the sacroiliac joint, there's some movement in the hip joint, but minimal. It's really the turning of the whole lower extremity in your spine and thoracic spine, especially, because you know your lumbar only gives you 6 degrees of turning. So most of it's happening. Now, what could you do with your head? On the next time you do it, I invite you to turn your head in one direction. And actually, that last time you went a long way. I would say that became a stretch. I want you to avoid stretching. I want tissues to lengthen, but I don't want you to go into a strong stretch, because, you know, I mean, if you were well and you didn't have these issues going on in your foot or your feet, sorry, both of them, maybe we could stretch, but I don't want to create any situation that could make anything, you know, negative appear. All right. And that time, I'm sorry, I didn't catch. Did you turn your head to the right or the left?
I didn't. I didn't actually. I was concentrating on my hips.
Okay.
So I turned my head a little bit.
So see, yeah, feel, that's it. And maybe that's enough. Look, feel you're all over on the right side of your spine. You feel the right sacroiliac. And now try the same thing, but turn your head to the left. And feel there's a turning now. The upper vertebrae are turning left in your neck, upper chest, and then the lower are turning to the right. And breathe into your belly and your chest while you're there. And then come back. Okay, we can't do the arm crossing piece, but uncross your legs and feel. I think we've made enough change for you to sense it. Just sense the length of your right leg, the length of your left leg, the contact of your skull. Now, if you want to, you can keep your heels exactly where they are and just rock, keep your heels anchored to the ground where they are and rock your forefoot up and down over your heel. So your heels are sliding, Barry. You got to try to keep them.
Got it. Got it.
Yep. It pulls you downward, actually. When your toes move away from your head, there's a downward pull. And when they come towards your head, there's an upward push. If your heels stay anchored. If your heels are sliding, then it will be just a movement in your ankle. But I think it's enough. I'd like you to, do you sense the right leg is lengthened a little bit?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So let's see if that translates to you in standing. So bend your knees and take your time, come up to stand. I'm afraid it's 9 o'clock, so I don't want to make you late. I don't want Cheri to be late to her next person or whatever she's doing. How are you timed, Cheri? Do you have time? Oh, I don't see her.
I set my next one up to be at 9:15, so I have to be off by like 9:10.
Okay, well, we're pretty much done, but just feel yourself, Barry, how you're standing. Feet not too, that's it, that's good. Now feel, it's, well, look at where you're looking now. You're way up on horizon now. You're not looking, isn't that nice? Can you sense the breath in your chest?
Yeah. I definitely feel a different alignment just from that.
If you go now, stand on your right leg like you're going to take a step with your left foot. And get tall, get tall. That's it. Do you feel you can?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right, now walk around a little bit and then go over, find that wall. Just walk around and just feel yourself in space. Just sense how you're moving. Sense how that right foot is supporting you in pushing into the ground as you step.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your challenge, Barry, is that each time you go up those stairs, you're going to start to go up the stairs with the left foot.
Huh?
And now just find out, remember where you were when you stood, remember where you were looking, and now feel how your back is.
Oh, yeah.
So Barry, it's up to you. You have to maintain this sense of yourself through your day. It doesn't mean you can't rest and do other stuff, but just remember, I mean, if the position of your head is the most significant thing you remember, then that's what I want you to pay attention to for that day.
Well, I just can get my head to the wall now.
Well,
You know, it was, I had to force my head back to find the wall, and now I feel like my head is closer, my occiput is closer to the wall.
yeah. Okay, so it's because your breastbone is lifted, your whole back has changed its shape, and we're affecting some change. So if you have any questions, please ask. I'm almost disinclined to want you to even look at this screen right now because it makes you look down. Pick up your laptop, put it up high, and if you want to finish that way, we can do that.
Sure, let me do that.
Yeah, because
That was amazing. The difference in how each movement went further up his spine to see how it was incredible to watch from that perspective. Those are all movements that Barry and I have done. I can't lie. I have borrowed a little bit because I see it. We've done it with the crossover, with the knee over.
Yeah,
so
but you did it as an exercise. You got to
yes,
do it
exactly. It was just 100% true. In Pilates, we call that principles. Like those are Pilates principles. So Pilates borrows from Feldenkrais quite often, I have to say. Now that I've seen the two in process, I can definitely see it. But watching, and the other thing about Barry that is beautiful is he's always been a very mindful mover when he does do exercise. Even when we do Pilates, we are not fast, not by a long shot. He's always been a very mindful in his movements with me and in our sessions. So that I've always loved. But to see how